Hi everyone! So Madeleine Casey, the owner of Sparkle Lifestyle and nutritionist. Oh, someone's calling. And
Annie Poirier, registered dietitian with Madeleine here today.
So today we're talking about how we create the meal plan. So we always say that we're trying to do a 100% custom meal plan for all of our clients. And today we want to take the time to maybe, if you're curious if you're thinking about joining us, maybe you're curious how we do the plan, and maybe if you're a current client and just want to kind of refresh your mind how to follow your plan. Just give me a second, there's some music going on. Okay, so first thing first, the plan, it's prettier than that. It's like full of colors and stuff, but my printer was black and white today. So what you decide first, how you decide how many calories, how much carbs, fat, and protein the client will have.
Typically, it's what we do on the first consultation is through the health assessment, we get to know you a bit better, your age, your height, what your goals are, but also what you do for a living, what you plan on doing in terms of physical activity, because that all makes a difference. And then we also check out if you have any health, not issues, but health worries or whatnot that we can assess maybe, or maybe we can help with food as well. So that meal plan will reflect just about that. And it's also very important to let us know if something changes also in your lifestyle, whether it be to start running a marathon, or maybe you're going away for 3 weeks for training
or get pregnant.
Get pregnant.
Yeah.
All these things will affect into your requirement for nutrition wise that we can tweak or change.
Mm-hmm. So our first calculation is take all those factors all together and we come up with calories. I don't really like to talk calories because I don't think that all calories are created equal, but it's still the starting point of a meal plan. So we'll calculate how many calories you need, then we'll divide it into a ratio. So how many carbs you need, how many fat, and how many protein. Because all the food that you're ingesting, that you put in your mouth, have a little bit of carbs, a little bit of protein, and fat into them. And those ratio will really change your results. Because if you're eating 2,000 calories of Skittles, you're not getting the same results of eating 2,000 calories worth of chicken and quinoa and vegetables. So it's definitely not the same. So that's why it's really important for us to divide into carbs, fat, and protein. So that's what we do at the bottom. So you get those numbers of what we suggest, what's your starting point. Then again, in the consultation, we decide how many meal or what would be like the pattern of your day. Like realistically, I don't eat 6 times a day. It's not, I can do it for a couple of weeks if I need to, but on like a regular basis, it would just not be sustainable for me. Like it's not something. So everybody's different depending on your lifestyle. Some people do night shifts, some people work a lot, travel, kids, everything's different. So some people work out in the morning, some people work out at night. So that's all factor that we need to take in consideration. But for this example, we pick someone that have 3 meals a day and 3 snacks. So like wake up, breakfast, have a snack, lunch, snack, supper, and then a snack. So we divide it into 6 smaller meals here. And I don't know if you probably can't really see, but we have like the categories, and we divide it into the portion of a protein, a fat, and a carbs, and fruit in that example. So it tells you how many portion of each meal, and you need to have one of each category as like in that specific meal. And beside it, we give example of what we mean by that. Let's say I'm telling you I want you to have 1 portion of complex carbs. Well, in the example, I'm gonna tell you it's half a cup of quinoa or half a cup of sweet potatoes by example. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of how we're doing it here. And if you don't really like the example, let's say you told us that don't like chicken and I put chicken everywhere. We also have the
food list.
The healthy, can you see that? No.
Maybe further, yes.
Yeah. We have the healthy food list, and it's all divided into like complex carb, fat, protein, and we give you the quantity of each portion. So let's say that you don't feel like oatmeal that morning, well, you can go on your list and look at all the other option for complex carb. So that helps a little bit, so you can put
And the reason why we give you a healthy list is because we want you to have variety to your food. We don't want you to eat the same thing every day because different food will have different nutrients. But for the most part, when we design it, we also will make sure it's balanced. So you don't really have to think too much about carbs, protein, fat. That's exactly what we do in the background. All you got to do is replace it in the same family, really.
Yes.
So
it's kind of easy. So it's because some people like to have something really structured, and some people like to have the plan, like they want to eat the same thing the entire week, or they want to plan in advance. So it kind of gives you the option, and you can create your own plan, like from it, like 1 week you want oatmeal, the following week you want toast, or some people do that, eat the same thing 1 week, or some people, they just want to open. I'm more like, I want to open the fridge and just pick and choose as I go. I'm not really a big meal planner unless I'm traveling. When I'm traveling, I do plan my meal, but when I'm like on a regular day, I just want to be able to open my fridge and just grab whatever is in front of me, and I'll make like a meal out of it. So it kind of fits everyone in that matters. So, and you can actually there's also more information about, like, let's say that you want to do your grocery shopping. I always pick pick 2 meat, pick a couple of carbs, but that's something that we do get into more deeper as we go in this program. But it allows you to do a grocery shopping, to plan in advance, to reduce the waste and everything.
Be more efficient with time.
Yeah. Yep. And for some people that love cooking, we, at the end of your program, you'll get, and sorry again, it's in color in your program, but since black and white, there's a lot of recipes that you can download, and they all have the breakdown of the macronutrient at the top. So let's say, by example, this is a freezable breakfast burrito, so you can do like a bunch, freeze them all, and you can just kind of grab as you go in the morning. It have 1 protein, 1 fat, 1 complex carb. So if you go in your meal plan, you're allowed to have 1 protein, 1 carb, 1 fruit, 1 fat. So if you're having 1 burrito, you still have 1 portion of fruit left. So it's perfect to replace, but you still have to add 1 fruit. So that's kind of how you're going to swap your food as we go in the meal plan. For people that love recipes, it's a good way to
it makes it very flexible, and it's pretty much you go item by item and make sure that you kind of mentally check mark everything, so that at the end of the day, if you got every single item, you're good to go. It's a good way not to miss one, like that fruit. You could have missed it because the breakfast burrito won't have any berries in there.
Yeah. And another big thing that you need to know, and it's all in your healthy food list, it's how much carbs is 1 portion of carbs. So yes, like we see that the portion of carbs is like half a cup of rice, but why is it half a cup of rice? Because in half a cup of rice, there's about 25 grams of carbs. So you need to know that, and it's all on this sheet, that 1 portion of carbs is between 25 and 30 grams of carbs. 1 portion of fat is about 7 to 8 grams of fat, and 1 portion of protein is again around 25 grams of protein. So let's say that you're eating something that's totally not in your meal plan, because it happens. There's some healthy food, we can't put everything. So what I suggest is to, it's either use your FitnessPal, so you can search for that food, or you can just look at the nutrition label, if there's a label, or Google it, and you'll have a breakdown of all the macronutrients in your food. And I'll take an example. Let's say that you're eating a muffin at Tim Hortons. No, it's not in your meal plan. So, but again, things happen, okay? So you need to be able to kind of switch so at least it's not because that you had one muffin that you ruin your entire day. So go on your FitnessPal and do that search about that muffin, and you'll see that one muffin at Tim Horton, a blueberry, I think it's 53 gram of fat, carb, sorry, and it's 10 gram of fat, and there's pretty much no protein. So if you're having that muffin, you're using 2 portions of carbs, so you can take like your portion of carbs and fruit from the morning, and you're gonna scratch that one out, and you're gonna use all your fat from that morning too, but you're short on protein. So that day, okay, you had your muffin, you went a little bit off track, it's fine, but I mean, things happen. Later in that day, you'll have to add a protein somewhere. So maybe at your snack, make sure that you have either more Greek yogurt or maybe a little bit of chicken, or maybe instead of having 4 ounces at your meal, have 6. So this is
an adapt your day according to whatever happens. So it's not a write-off. You can always make it work by the end of the day. It's by the next choices will influence whatever's going to come next.
Yeah, because it's all about consistency. And like if you're having like a meal plan that's so structured that, you know, like you open your fridge and that morning you were out of egg whites, oh my god, you screw up your day, and next thing you know you're eating Cheetos just because you ran out of egg whites. Like, it's not the end of the world. You can just find other option, fix it later. It's not a black and white type of, and I've had too many people like just think it's, oh my god, like it's like so it's really important. So again, it's kind of everything that we do. That's, you know, in a nutshell, what we do for the meal plan. So anything that you want to add?
No, I think we've covered pretty much everything. Yeah.
So feel free, if you have any question, like, to reach out to us. We have this Facebook community group. Ask all your questions there. It's always fun to hear from you. Have a good day.
Bye.
Bye.